Come on up, ladies. What's going on here?
Well, Your Honor, I believe I'm a very good parent. I try to be with my children and involved very much with them. I always know where they are.
Okay.
Now, my daughter here is very close friends with our next door neighbor, Gabby.
And your name is?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. You have a relationship with Gabby, yes?
Yeah.
How do you know Gabby?
We're neighbors. She lives a couple blocks down from me.
All right, the two of you are neighbors, and I take it you're friends, Gabby?
Yes.
Yes. Now, what was going on with you and Gabby?
Okay, a couple weeks ago, me and Gabby decided to go to my house into the shed with a cigarette, and we weren't planning on smoking it, but we decided to light it.
Okay, I want you to pause right there. Talk to me about the cigarette.
Well, I will admit that I did take the cigarette out of my mom's purse.
Okay.
When
Mom, you smoke.
Yes, but I'm trying to quit, Your Honor.
No judgment. No judgment. I didn't say, I didn't say, and you better quit right now. Mom smokes, and my only response to that is, you can tell children certain things, but they learn by what they see.
I
And
try
if
to
I
do
see my
best
mom
with her.
smoking, I'm thinking there's nothing wrong with smoking. And that's, you know, again, there are another pair of eyes on us. And so if Gabby is seeing you smoke, then she's really not seeing that as an issue. It's not anything that's wrong or bad because I see mom doing it.
But I don't like to hide anything from my daughter.
Fair enough. It's out in the open that you smoke. You're curious about smoking.
Yes. Your
Yes,
Honor.
because you see mom doing it. Have you ever smoked a cigarette before?
No, we did not actually smoke it.
No, I'm not talking about Jennifer now. I'm talking about you.
Oh. No, I have not.
Because if you're seeing mom smoke all the time, you are like, well, why does she do this? Is there something about it that she likes? Maybe I need to see what it's like. Is that, am I on the right track there?
Not really. I had never really thought about it before until Jennifer had kind of started talking to me about it. Like, you know, I see how relaxed your mom kind of gets, and she seems like really like cool and stuff, and how she's always so calm, and she's like, maybe the cigarettes have something to do with it. And I thought, no, that's, you know, at first I was like, that's ridiculous. But the more I thought about it, I got more curious as to,
Maybe
you know,
there's something to what she was saying.
yeah.
All right. The two of you are having a conversation as to whether or not you're going to smoke because you see someone doing it and you're like, why do they do it? Is that fair, Jennifer?
Yes.
And did you say that to Gabby about her mom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Salazar, you said, I know everything about my daughter. Did you know this conversation was taking place?
No, I did not.
And that's whenever I hear parents say, oh, you can't tell, I know what my kids are and I know what's going on. I'm like, I am not going to sit here and say as a dad of two boys, I know everything my sons do. They've never been in trouble. No, that's unrealistic. And you all are how old now?
15 years old.
This is the age where you start becoming curious and you want to see what's going on and you're getting ready to go. Are you guys already in high school or are you still in middle school?
High school.
High school.
You're in high school. A lot of pressure. There's kids that are 18 on campus who are smoking, right?
Yeah.
All right. Whose decision was it to come back to your house, Jennifer?
It was Gabby's.
Okay, is that true?
Yes.
Your Honor, can I say
No,
something?
I'm talking to the girls because they're the ones that cause the issue. Yes? I'm going to get to the moms.
Okay.
I just want to know what led us to being here. You decide, let's go over your house, Jennifer.
Yes.
I will bring the cigarette. You get over there with the cigarette, and then what happens?
Her mom went to go run some errands.
So
She said it
mom
was-
wasn't home. It was just the two of you?
Yes.
And then what?
And then we went over by the shed, and first Jennifer went inside. She grabbed a lighter. She's the one who lit the cigarette, and we sat back there. And when she handed it to me, I got nervous and dropped it.
Okay. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
You went and got the lighter. You went to light it. And did she drop it? Who was holding the cigarette itself?
It was Gabby.
Were you holding the cigarette?
Actually, Your Honor, Jennifer was holding it when she lit it, and then she handed it
All right.
to me. And
Someone's holding the lighter, someone's holding the cigarette. Who's holding the lighter?
Me, Your Honor.
Who's holding the cigarette?
Me. Me.
You. You're lighting it as she's holding it. Yes?
Yes.
And then the cigarette falls. Lit. Yes?
Yes.
Then what happens?
Gabby stepped on it and to get it out, and we left the shed, and it wasn't until a few minutes later that we noticed the shed had smoke coming from
A
it.
fire started.
Yeah.
See, now we're not dealing with a cigarette. Now we're dealing with destruction of property, and now we're dealing with mom and dad. I mean, and the parents here, right? Now, Ms. Salazar, take me from there.
Gabby was with my daughter, and I just left. They're 15 years old, so I figured, okay, they'll be okay. I came back, and I kind of noticed that they were acting kind of strange, but I kind of like, all right, went about my business and just started putting groceries away. It wasn't until later that afternoon, after Gabby had left as well, that I went back into the shed.
This is
to-
behind your, is it in
Yes,
your backyard or something?
Yes, I went to the shed to return some tools, and I noticed my shed there was fire.
Okay. Jennifer, why didn't you tell your mom? Mom, a fire started at the shed.
No,
Why didn't you do that?
because I know that she'll get really mad. She's strict.
You know it was getting ready to go down. The dragon was going to be unleashed, right? You knew that was something you shouldn't have done. When you went home at some point, did you tell your mom, Gabby?
No, I did not. Your
All right.
Honor.
You're suing Gabby because she's under the age of 18. You're suing her mom. You're suing her mom for the damage to the shed.
Yes, I want.
Why?
Well, I just want them to take. I want Gloria to take responsibility also for her child's behavior as well.
What exactly does this damage involve? Do you have any receipts or proof of anything?
Yes.
659, and you're saying you shouldn't have to pay any damage as a result of the fire.
It was wood, Your Honor, and there was extensive
Oh, the
damage.
shed itself was damaged. That's what you want repaired.
Yes. There's a hole big enough in there, and squirrels could crawl in there.
Okay.
And you know, the
Well,
skin
let me
thing, it
just
was
tell
just
you.
it's a small fire,
I
but
get it.
she could have burned, it could have burned the house, you know?
Right.
And I just
That's
want.
the burn. And you're like, I want it
Yeah.
back to the condition that it was in.
Yeah, and I
you
had to
don't
get a
want to pay
busted one, though.
because.
I'm willing to pay for half of the shed. I'm not paying for the whole shed when these two are both smoking.
No, but you have to understand that your
Talk
daughter.
to me. What do you want her to understand?
I want her to take responsibility of what her daughter's action is.
Let's start with you.
It's clearly that.
Let's start with you. A cigarette in and of itself cannot start a fire. What starts fire? Fire. Who provided the fire? Jennifer, who provided the fire?
I did.
You did. So had she just brought a cigarette over and you guys were playing with it and it fell down, no harm, no foul. The fire was caused by what? Jennifer?
Me.
You. Nobody's saying you're a bad person. Nobody's saying you're a bad person. Life, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn from those mistakes. But when you make a mistake, you own up to it.
Yep.
Yep. Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the plaintiff, but the amount will be $329.50,
Thank you, Your Honor.
which is half of the cost. And we probably need to have a conversation about smoking, which leads into a conversation potentially about drugs, which while we're at it, we should probably have a conversation about sex. And this is the time with young ladies that you are going to have these conversations. Now I can make a judgment call about the smoking. It's time to stop.
Yes, Your Honor.
Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $329.
I'm disappointed, and I know my daughter doesn't smoke, and she would never have done this without being pressured.
Olivia's money hungry, and that little girl is not that innocent.